Recording. Okay, amazing. Hi, everyone. My name is Mackenzie. If you don't know who I am, I've been in the business for about a little over 2.5 years, which is so crazy to me. I'm an associate market mentor, and I am so excited to do this training. I have been kind of in a rut a little bit with recruiting, and I wanted to kind of share everything that I've actually been learning from Bob Heilig's Legacy Leadership Academy. So this entire training is based off of his 72-hour recruiting bootcamp. And I know AJ did a similar call to this a couple weeks ago, but I'm kind of taking that deeper dive into it and literally going over and summing up every single one of his recruiting trainings that he's done. So I feel like you guys are going to be a little bit surprised because I actually had to unlearn a lot of stuff in my business, which was so crazy to me. And I talk to a lot of you on the side. I know a lot of you guys struggle with recruiting. Trust me, I've been there. I totally get it. I know what it's like to just kind of feel stuck and feel like you're doing so many different things and everything that you're taught to do, but you still don't see those results. And I know that a lot of people also do like recruiting differently, and maybe something that works for you doesn't work for a girl that you bring onto your team, right? And our biggest goal is to always like duplicate our systems for people, right? So I think that this method is going to help you guys out a lot. Just a heads up, I am recording and I will share this PowerPoint with you guys. I'll put it in the Facebook pages so that you guys can go back to it. But if you guys have any questions throughout this entire thing, just drop it in chat and I'll scroll up when I'm done, or I'll leave some time at the end so that I can answer some questions. So let's dive into it. These are the things I'm going to kind of go over. I'm going to talk about overcoming overwhelm and fear, fixed mindset versus growth mindset, the number one mistake people make when recruiting, some different approaches that you guys can do and different third-party tools that you can use, how to follow up with prospects, sorting versus selling, and then some mindset shifts for you guys, okay? So first off, I just want to say if you guys have been in your business a long time and you struggle in some different areas, maybe you haven't ranked in a while, or maybe you have a really hard time maintaining your rank, I highly recommend Bob Heilig's Legacy Leadership Academy. It has like completely changed my business in the past like 2 months. And I will say that it is $57 a month. So it is an investment into your business. And if you don't really want to pay the monthly, I still recommend listening to his podcast, Your Virtual Upline. It is a game changer, you guys. He focuses mainly on MLM training, so they are all related to our business. So let's dive into this. And when it comes to feeling stuck in your business and not really knowing what steps to take to succeed, because you constantly kind of feel like you're spinning your wheels, there are two things that hold you back from leveling up, okay? Those two things are overwhelm and fear. So let's talk about overwhelm first. I think a lot of us struggle with feeling overwhelmed in our business because we always have so much information being thrown at us at all times, and we feel like that information overload, right? And it can be really confusing, especially when there are so many people telling us so many different things, right? And it's not having too many things to do, it's really not knowing what to do next. So you end up not taking any action at all, right? And when you lack that clarity and you feel maybe a little bit confused, you don't take action. And the result of that is feeling frustrated, or you can't find motivation, you don't know where to start with your long list of to-dos, and you're literally just held back by your fears. And the fear could be like a fear of failure, a fear of doing it wrong, a fear of looking stupid, maybe not being good enough, or just the fear of what other people will think, which I think is probably a big one for a lot of us, right? Let me help you guys understand what fear really is, okay? Fear is imagining a negative outcome to an action that you haven't even taken yet. Let me say that again, okay? Fear is imagining a negative outcome to an action that you haven't even taken yet. Okay, think about that for a second. You guys know what you should be doing in your business to succeed, right? You know that you should be going live. You know that you should be hosting calls or scheduling calls with potentials or taking time to show your face on camera. And yet you become so paralyzed by fear because you imagine like 10 different ways that it could go totally wrong. So you start to doubt yourself and that overwhelm kicks in and you don't take any action. This is called a red light story, you guys. This is what you really need to start doing is stop with the red light stories and start making green light stories, okay? Find that positive outcome Faith is literally imagining the positive outcome and trusting in that, okay? And I think becoming aware that you're doing this and creating those red light stories is the very first step to changing your business. So I honestly struggled a long time with mindset and just having a lot of those red light stories. You can literally ask like Melina or Jenna or Tyler or Sam or literally anyone else. They will tell you that I struggled with this for a long time. And I constantly would tell myself that I really wasn't worthy of having a bigger team or hitting the bigger ranks. And sometimes I didn't even know that I was the one holding myself back. I had a fixed mindset, you guys, and people with a fixed mindset literally believe that their talents and abilities are set in stone, that you can't get any better. You either have what it takes, or you don't. And the problem with that is that you view failure as meaning that you are the failure. So what you need to do, and what I did, was develop a growth mindset. And people with a growth mindset don't view failure as meaning that they're the failure. They view it as an opportunity for them to grow, to become better, and they don't define themselves by their failures. Can anyone relate to that? Drop a 1 in chat if you guys can relate to that. I see some girls nodding their heads. They're like, yes, girl. So just remember, you guys, that when you take an action, one of two things can happen to you, okay? You either get the result that you want, or you get the lesson that you need. And it's really time to just like own that and take responsibility for your success in this business. Failures do not mean that you can't get to where you want to be, okay? You just have to know that you can get better, and that you have to stop playing small and get to work and make it happen. So I want to share with you guys the number one mistake that people make when trying to build their team. And this was a huge wake-up call for me when I was doing this training. I was like, oh my God, Bob Heilig, like you are a king, okay? And that mistake is trying to be the expert, you guys. Making yourself the expert is when you are the one explaining all the details of your business and products to your prospect. And you guys know what I'm talking about. These are those like long messages that you have saved in your phone that you send to potentials when they start to ask questions, right? Like oh yeah, like our 2 main goals are to promote the products and to build our teams. You're your own boss, you make your own hours, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about, right? We all have those, we all send them. And the reason that this doesn't work is because it comes across to your prospect as selling them on something. And we promote our business as not being salesy, yet we technically are trying to sell them on something when we send those very long messages to them, right? And I'm not gonna lie, those are really time consuming. Like I can't even imagine, or I can't like explain to you like how much time I've saved from all these different processes that I've learned from like Bob Heilig's trainings. Okay, so I'm gonna show you right now how to actually make it simple. Okay, so before I do that, I just want to give you a quick tip, okay? This is the thing that literally like blew my mind, okay? The training process with your new prospects starts the second that you open your mouth to them. You have to be showing your prospect through your words and actions that this is actually a simple business, okay? Because the whole time that you're talking to a prospect, they're thinking in their head, like, is this something that I can do? Like, can I do what this girl is doing to me right now to another person? Right? That's like such a wake-up call. What about you guys? Was that just like mind-blowing to you, thinking in your head like, oh my God, I didn't even think about it like that? But it's true, right? Like the second that you are trying to talk to someone about this opportunity, they're getting a glimpse of what it would be like to be on your team and what they would have to do to other people. So, all right. You're probably asking yourself like, okay, fine. Like, how do I make it simple? I got you guys. You ready? Okay, there's 2 separate steps and distinct steps that you want to take when approaching your new recruit, okay? Number 1 is the invitation, and this is where you're inviting your prospect to learn more. This is your job, okay? Number 2 is the presentation, and this is all the details of your business. Believe it or not, this is not your job. You're probably like, Mackenzie, like, what do you mean it's not my job? Like, it is literally my job. No, girl, it's not. Okay, most people that struggle with recruiting combine these 2 steps, okay? And this is where your third-party tools are gonna come in. So An easy way to remember like what a third-party tool is, it's anything but you, okay? And you're gonna be using this in that second step, the presentation step, okay? For example, a potential video. And let me just like pause on this real quick. You guys, take the time to make your own potential video. Seriously, stop holding back from doing it and just do the damn thing, okay? Make a 10 to 15 minute video, set up a Zoom, share your screen and record it and put it on YouTube and start sending it off to your potentials, okay? I literally created an entire presentation for you to use to create a potential call, okay? So make your own. The prospect is talking to you, okay? They wanna hear your voice, they wanna hear your story, your take on the company, they wanna know what it would be like to join your team, okay? So stop sending them other people's potential videos, okay? So back to it, okay? Other examples, your sponsor upline in a three-way chat, maybe a brochure that you create on Canva or another presentation or even an event. I know events are a little iffy right now because of COVID, but that's okay, okay? Just remember this, you guys, the less that you say, the more that you make. Okay, let me say it again. The less you say, the more you make. Because again, your main goal is to actually show them that this business is simple. And this doesn't mean that you shouldn't be educated on our business model, you guys. Like, the third party tool is literally just to like bunch all of that into one thing so that you can push it to your prospect, okay? But you should know what our business is and how it works, and literally like the back of your hand, you should know how it works, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys literally word for word 2 different scripts that I've been using and 2 different approaches. Now I will say, Bob, I know a few of you have done LLA. Bob does have 3 different approaches. I wasn't the biggest fan of one of them and I haven't actually used it. So I'm just gonna stick with these 2. I think they make the most sense for us right now. So I'm gonna show you the warm hot market approach and then the quote, I totally screwed it up approach. Note, you guys don't see cold market approach on here, okay? Why is that? Because you should never be offering opportunity to anyone who is in your cold market, okay? You need to take the time to build a relationship with them, build a foundation, push them into your warm market, and then offer opportunity, okay? Cold messaging does not work. We all know this. All right, so here's how warm market, hot market approach would go. And I'm gonna kind of like role play a little bit, okay? Hey, Sally, I hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. Super random, but what's your schedule like this week? Hey, Mackenzie, thanks, girl. I had a great 4th. Well, I have something going on Tuesday, but I'm free on Wednesday. Why? What's up? Well, let's set up some time to talk. I actually have something I want to share with you. Oh, for sure, girl. Like, let's do it. What is it? I wanted to share a little about an opportunity and see if you or anyone that you know comes to mind. It would be a huge help and it would be great to catch up either way. Okay, sounds great. Great. How does Wednesday at 3 p.m. work for you? That's perfect. Perfect. So if I send you a video to watch before we chat, would you have time to watch today or tomorrow? It's about 15 minutes long. Yeah, girl, for sure. Send it on over and I can watch it right now. Great. Here it is. I'll follow up with you Wednesday at 3 p.m. I can't wait to chat and hear your thoughts. Simple AF, you guys. Note, I didn't say what I do. I didn't word vomit any part of our business. I made it conversational. I asked how our 4th of July was, and I set up a follow-up time and date. So simple, okay? I didn't send any of those long messages that I know you all have saved in your phone, okay? Also notice that there are different ways that you can say certain parts of this, okay? So if you're newer and you just started your business within like the past couple months, then you can literally say like, it's a new business that I just started. If you've been doing this a while and the person that you're talking to has been following you like on your journey, but you've never talked to them about it before, you can literally just say, I'm looking to expand my business and I thought of you. I actually messaged Bob about that the other day because that wasn't straighting and I was like, this girl literally, I've known her since like elementary school. Bob's awesome, you guys. All right, so let's go over then this approach. So this is reserved for the conversations that are so freaking cringeworthy that you can't even like read them again because you're like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, what did I say to this girl? Oh my God. And maybe this is someone you've like tried following up with a million times and that kind of thing, okay? This is the approach you want to take. And this has worked. I am not kidding you. I've done this for like 100 girls in the past like month, and I'm so surprised by how many people responded to it, okay? I'm gonna role play again with my girl, Sally, okay? Hey, Sally, I hope you're doing well. Hey, girl, I am, thanks. Hope you are too. Thanks, girl. So I owe you an apology. The last time we spoke about the business, I honestly did it totally wrong, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I know better now. Things have been going really well, and I wanted to see if you would be open to having a conversation and give me the opportunity to share with you what I'm doing the right way. Oh, girl, no worries. No apology needed. Sorry for never responding to you, but I'd be open to hearing more. No worries about that. It may or may not be for you, but you maybe even know someone who's interested. So if I sent you a video to watch, would you have time to watch today? It's about 15 minutes long. Yes, girl, for sure. Send it over. Perfect. I can send it over right now, but when's a good time today or tomorrow afternoon to follow up with you? I'm free today between 1 and 4 p.m. Great. Here it is. I'm going to follow up with you today at 2:30 p.m. and I can't wait to chat. Simple. Note, I set up the follow-up time before I sent her the link. That's kind of my thing. I know some people do that a little bit differently. They send the video and then set up the follow-up time. I like to set up the follow time first before I send the link. I just find it works a lot better. So easy, you guys, so simple. Okay, so now that you have a follow-up time set up, what do you say during the follow-up, okay? And specifically, what do you do to take someone that has watched your third-party tool and move them toward the next step or the close, okay? I'm gonna introduce you to a concept called the Valley of Death. And I know that sounds so terrifying, but it's a real thing, okay? The fatal mistake that people make during a follow-up is that they slip back into the trap of being the expert and making themselves that person. And that's why it's called the Valley of Death, because it's where businesses like go to die, okay? Remember that the less that you say, the more you make, and you want to make it simple and show them that, okay? It's not acting like you don't know what is going on or how to answer their question, but really just showing them and demonstrating to them that it's a simple business and it's something that they could do too, okay? So you need to be using another third-party tool right here, okay? This is where I recommend a three-way chat, okay? That's usually a good one for this part, okay? So two important questions that you guys are going to ask, okay? The first is, what did you like best about what you saw? So you could say literally, hey, Sally, hope you're having a great day. So tell me some of your thoughts about the video. What did you like best about what you saw? Okay, then after she responds, great, are you interested in learning more? Okay, those two questions are key. Why am I asking the second question like that? I'm asking her so that I know where she's kind of at and if I need to be like pushing a little bit more or just kind of let it be, okay? If she answers no, it just means she's not my prospect, okay? I'm gonna thank her, wish her the best, and move on, okay? So your job at this point is to literally sort through your prospects to see if they're interested in learning more or not, okay? Your job is not to sell and convince them, okay? All your prospects are gonna fall into one of three, I just held up a two, one of three categories, okay? Number one is red apples, okay? 10% of people fall into this category and they're literally the people who are like, yes, queen, let's go. I want the $5.99 pack and I'm ready to go, okay? We love red apples. They can stay around, okay? Green apples, this is like 80% of people are gonna fall into this. They're interested, but they have questions and or objections, okay? Rotten apples are 10% of people, and they are people who are just literally not interested no matter what you say to them, okay? And you'll know what category someone falls into by the way that they respond to you, okay? So literally today I was talking to someone, she watched the video, we had our follow-up time, I followed up with her. She said, honestly, this is just not a good fit for me right now. And I kind of nudged a little and I said, okay, girl, I understand, like what, you know, just out of curiosity, what's holding you back? Or what made you uninterested in the video? And she kind of said, I literally have so much stuff on my plate. And I was like, okay, objection, you know? So I tried to offset her objection and she said, it's literally just not a good fit for me. So I placed her in a rotten apple category, okay? Because no matter what I was going to say to her, she was not interested. Didn't waste my time. Said, okay, girl, you know, thanks for your honesty. I appreciate it. And, you know, I'm just having a normal conversation with her right now. So let's talk about green apples really quick. So this is, like I said, where majority of people are going to fall, and your goal is to figure out how interested they are or how ripe they are. Okay. So you're going to ask one of two questions, and I know, or you're going to ask two questions. Sorry. I think AJ went over this too. And that's when I was like, oh my God, yeah, she's done Bob's trainings. Okay. So she's, so the number one question you're going to ask is, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no interest at all, and 10 being like you're ready to go, where would you say you are right now? Okay, and maybe Sally says like, oh, I'm at a 6 right now, Mackenzie. Okay, great. So what would you need to make your 6 a 7, 8, or 9? Okay, you're gonna round up 3 numbers, okay? And this is probably where some objections may come into place, you guys. So do your very, very best to answer your third party, or I'm sorry, your objections with other third party tools. So videos, presentations, other people. You can literally like for that girl, if she was a little bit more interested and said to me like, oh, I just don't know, I have a lot of stuff on my plate, I would probably go out and find an Instagram of some girl on our team who I know either has like 10 kids or like a full-time job, or even just 1 kid. I got you. Or someone who has another like full-time job or a student or whatever it may be, you know? And that could be my third party tool, you know, that's like someone else kind of being in there and just saying, I could literally say to her like, hey, this girl works a full-time job. She also has 2 kids and she has her Cadillac in this business. So what you trying to say? What do you mean you have a lot on your plate? Like, so does this girl, you know? And this is kind of where I actually recommend a 3-way chat too. So if you're not using other people, or if you're not doing what I just said, or wow, I just said, or another video or presentation, I recommend doing a 3-way chat with your sponsor upline. Notice how I said chat over a call. And a lot of you are probably going to be like, oh my God, Mackenzie, we literally have so many calls and trainings on how to set someone up on a call. Yes, I know. Honestly, you guys, calls are so difficult to do. I don't know. Maybe other people feel differently about this, but I feel like chats are just so much easier. You throw someone in a chat, they don't feel scared or anything like that. It's just easier. You can do voice memos. Like for me, they're a lot easier. Some people may disagree, but I'm a chat person. I like 3-way chats a lot better. But basically your goal right now is to get them to the next step in the process, okay? Step by step, you guys. And every step of the process really builds momentum for the actual close or someone saying yes. So let the process do the work for you, okay? Focus on education, not selling or convincing. This is actually a really great place for you to share more of your story, why you said yes to this, and tell them your why and just be authentic. People can relate to that and you can kind of connect with your prospect at this level. So be urgent yet excited and enthusiastic, and don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do, you guys. Actions speak louder than words, right? Their willingness to move to the next step is literally them demonstrating to you how genuinely interested they are in what you're offering to them. So if at any point they stop responding to you, just move on. It's not the right timing for them. Don't chase them. Don't bother them. Don't follow up a million times, okay? You can always come back to them or engage with them again later on, okay? My biggest advice is to always assume positive intent, okay? How many times have you guys sent the follow-up message and they don't respond, and then you sit there and you're like, you come up with all these red light stories of like, oh my God, I did something wrong, or oh my gosh, she doesn't want to, why doesn't she want to join my team? Like, am I not good enough? Or whatever it may be, you guys. These red light stories literally keep us stuck in fear. So if you train yourself to assume positive intent, then it will serve you a lot better. So the last part of his trainings that I wanted to cover with you guys are his 3 powerful mindset shifts. And these are going to help you kind of move forward confidently with all the stuff that I just went over so that you can kind of break free from anything that's holding you back when it comes to recruiting, okay? So number one, and I love this one so much, focusing more on activity and not on results. And I think a lot of us tend to focus on results instead of all the steps that we take to get there. So for example, I know at the beginning of the month, a lot of us say like, yeah, I'm gonna get 10 new market partners this month. I'm gonna get 15 VIPs. I'm gonna go live 10 times. I'm gonna engage with 20 new girls every single day. And don't get me wrong, okay? It's great to have goals. I want you guys to have goals, but what happens at end of month when you don't reach those goals? You get frustrated and you start making up more red light stories, right? And that's the issue with focusing on results, okay? You start to have expectations of how things should go. And when those expectations aren't met on your timeline, hence end of month, you get frustrated. And then when you're frustrated and only focusing on results, you wind up stopping, right? How many of you guys can relate to that? I know I can. So if you guys struggle big time with just staying consistent, you need to start focusing on activity, okay? And all the things that you do for your business day to day. Develop those new habits too, okay? I was that person. I used to try and engage with 20 new people every day, and it was way too much for me. Like, I work a full-time job, so I literally work my business in like 1 hour time spans, like at the end of the day, pretty much, okay? Now, after taking all these trainings, I focus each day on adding three people to my prospect list, and I offer the opportunity to 2 people. Okay, that's 5 people total a day that I'm like working with. I cannot tell you, one, how much simpler it is, how much pressure I have like lifted off my shoulders, and how much better it's been working for me. I literally had like 3 potential calls today just from doing that. 3 people added to my prospect list and 2 people that I'm offering opportunity to every single day. What did I do? Oh. Okay, number 2, start looking at no as the start of your recruiting process. You guys, let's start looking at no differently. And when someone says it, stop looking at it as the end of a process, okay? Look at it as a challenge and look at it as like the beginning of your recruiting process. Have the mindset that it's not no, it's just not right now. So go for no. How many times have you guys heard that? Go for no. And do it faster, okay? Don't get stuck in relationship building mode because you're held back by your fears, okay? Just go for it. You have everything that you need inside of you to present the opportunity to someone, okay? Don't get stuck in relationship building mode. Just go for it. And lastly, you guys, stop looking for that one person to change your business and focus on becoming them, okay? I think a lot of us tend to do that. We try and go out there and find that one person that's going to change our entire business around. But the reality is that success isn't something that you pursue. It's something you attract by the person that you become in the process, okay? Network marketing is literally a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it. I say that to my girls all the time. Like 90% of this business is personal development and the person that you become throughout it. And you may hit those roadblocks, and it happens to all of us, right? But it's really just your attitude and your mindset toward them that make all the difference. So final thoughts, okay? Feeling stuck is really just a reminder that you've stopped growing in your life. So you need to start applying and adopting a growth mindset and go for no and fail faster, you guys, so that you can accelerate to that next level faster. And remember that you get the result that you want or the lesson that you need every time you take an action. So your yeses build your business, but the nos build you, okay? Stop feeling like you need to be so in control of everything going on in your business. You guys, let go, let it take its course. You will end up where you want to be if you take actions and develop your mindset, okay? So embrace that uncertainty and watch how your business transforms, okay? The quality of your life and business success will be in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty that you can comfortably handle each day, okay? I love that. Bob said that. I'm like, yes, Bob, king. So I hope this is all super helpful for you. I wanted to keep it kind of short, sweet, to the point, but I know it's a lot of information. but honestly, this has completely changed my business since I've started these trainings. So I'm gonna open the chat now if I can find it. Chat. Oh, there it is. Okay, wait. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer for you? I'm gonna kind of scroll up and see if there's anything that I missed. Ooh, I love that, Ash. False evidence appearing real.
What?
Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat, seeing if I missed
What?
anything. I don't think I did. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thanks for
Hold on. I can't hear you at all. Hold on.
Who's someone else talking? Sorry. Thanks for hopping on with me. Much appreciated, you guys. I know there's so many trainings today, but I am gonna send this PowerPoint, or I'll post it on Facebook, and I'll send out this recording once I'm done. Okay. Love you guys so much. Thanks.